Welcome to Quick Sidebar, where we talk about anything and everything and get distracted often. Today, I'm here with
Jake
and Bradley.
And I'm Dan, of course. And join us as we discover our podcast-selves. And today, we're talking about the apocalypse. The zombie apocalypse. I was building suspense, Jake.
Okay.
Let me start over. Wait, I'm winking. I'm winking.
Really starting over?
Yeah, no, I'm just... Today, we're talking about the zombie apocalypse. See, now I screwed it up because you... I was trying to do like a James Bond thing, like James Bond. Apocalypse, the zombie apocalypse.
Well, okay, but your like body language, you made it look like you just forgot, or like you were looking.
It looked like you were done.
I'll call a line if I forget, guys. Line.
That's it.
But
I would love for you to call a line in an improv podcast.
This is not improv, guys. We write this out. This is
right.
word.
Everything we say
is word perfect. But no, we're talking about
zombie apocalypse.
Zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about what we think that might look like, how we might handle that, and then just fun little factoids we have about the zombie apocalypse. Brad, why don't we start with you?
Okay. Well, in the event of a zombie apocalypse, I feel like I should start out by saying that my mother, for several years, has already been putting together a team for the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, wait, she's like a team?
Like, she has a team, yeah. Where, like, people that we know or whatever, she'll, like, casually
football.
ask them, like, hey, like, are you on our zombie apocalypse team? I mean, not just anybody, you know. It's got to be people that, like, would be useful. Like, I have a friend, Michael, shout out, who's a gymnast. And so he got on the team because, you know, he can climb stuff and get to high places, you know.
How does one try out for said team?
Pretty much just by living your life, and then my mother just casually observes you, and then...
So, just in terms of...
You're not on the team, Dan, is what I'm trying to say.
Please put me on the team!
In terms of the logistics of, like, how she introduces this topic to people, does she, like, throw it into conversation just, like, subtly and hope that they notice? Because, I mean, that's an odd question to be, like, having dinner with somebody and be like, how are your kids? Do you want to join my zombie apocalypse team?
That's exactly how she does it.
Okay, so the people that are, like, in on it, like, that are down are, like, they're good and yes. Instead of, like, I'm sorry, what? Oh, never mind.
If they're the kind of person, who's going to hear that question and go, what? Then she wouldn't have asked.
That's fair.
Dang. So it's predetermined. Like, there's a lot of thought that goes into it.
It's an exclusive club.
How many people?
I don't remember.
Are you on the team?
At this point, there's so many people.
Yeah, wow, that doesn't sound that exclusive. I don't even fucking know anybody's name.
It sounds like fantasy football, but for zombie apocalypse.
It's been going around for like years now that I don't remember everyone who's on.
Guys, what if we like went through?
I don't think we have an actual list.
That just seems ineffective.
I have an idea. Yeah, this would be a fun idea here. Hear me out. We like make like a fantasy team. Like we sit around and decide like positions on like a zombie team, and then we can all draft our own like fantasy team from like pop culture characters, and then defend why our team would be the best at fighting. Not right now. Like this could be a future thing. Like for Halloween maybe, we defend why our zombie team would be the best team in a zombie apocalypse.
This is the kinds of things we talk about outside of the podcast.
No, this is not cool.
In the podcast.
Dan, I hate to be that guy.
Is this already a thing?
It's not a thing, but I don't think it's a thing.
We should make it a thing.
But I just think that that's too open-ended. Because you see, in fantasy sports, like, you already know the worth of these players based on their skills and their specific positions.
That's why we create it.
Fair. I understand what you're saying.
I get your point. We don't have to take it too seriously.
I'm just saying there's no winner. There's no winner.
Vader would be... No, it's not about a winner. It's just about who is the coolest team.
It's not about winners and losers, Jake.
It's about who is just a cool team.
It's about having fun.
Way to shit on my idea already.
You know what, Dan? Good friends shit on each other.
I can get close to the mic, too.
Good friends shit. That's a quote.
Good friends shit on each other.
Wow.
You take it as you will. Okay, so... Bradley, tell us about your fucking...
segue.
Segue?
Yeah, segue, when you segue from one thing to the next.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought you were saying that, like, what just happened was an odd segue, and I was like...
No, your odd...
I gotcha. Sorry.
I thought I said the word wrong for a second. I had like a crisis. I was like, did I just misuse a word so confidently? Like, segue? Like, imagine if that didn't mean what that meant, and you said that.
Okay.
Again, talk about zombies in the apocalypse?
I don't think I would survive for very long, because just in general... Okay, hold on.
You gave up.
Okay, well, just in general, zombie apocalypses, like, in pop culture, like movies, television, video games, kind of just like depress me. Like, they're fun to watch for a while, but like, especially video games where you're like really immersed in it and you're like supposed to be like, you're actually there.
Yeah.
If I play those kinds of things for like too long, I start to just feel like,
sorry, that came out of nowhere.
the prep for that visually was stunning.
I felt it, man. I was like, not right now. A sneeze. Oh, it's coming. I can't stop it.
Just so comical. It was like, it looked like a 1, 2, 3 step process. You know, it's like,
it was a rolling
lift your head in shock and horror.
Well, it's like all the times to sneeze.
Raise your arm. Dab.
Yeah, you gotta look graceful when you sneeze.
Dan, you're a fucking cartoon character.
Yeah,
man.
I try to be. That's why we need a video, guys. We need people to see what this is like.
What was I even saying? The zombie apocalypse depresses
How depressing
me.
it is to you.
Yeah.
I wish.
And like, I feel like if I was in a zombie apocalypse, just the like very thought is just like so hopeless, you know?
I
Like
mean,
the world
yeah.
is over. Basically everything's done. You're not gonna go anywhere. Your only point now is to just continue living.
Yeah, and it's like zombies are like the physical embodiment of like death because they just yeah.
And so like just the like sheer hopelessness of the zombie apocalypse,
Okay.
I feel like I would be like I'd rather just kill myself.
Oh, that's it. Okay, we got. I'm gonna say that he was just talking about a zombie apocalypse. No one wants to kill themselves. We're fine.
Oh jeez, yeah.
We're fine because if anyone takes that just audio bit.
See you please don't contact me.
No, Tony Frank, we're fine.
I'm fine. Please.
Please.
Leave me alone.
Unless
you're saying that with a gun to your head. I'm fine. Please.
we're fine unless there's a zombie apocalypse. Then he might want to kill himself. But only if there's zombies, which I mean I kind of get though, honestly.
Yeah, well, and quick sidebar. One of the things that like frustrates me with end of the world apocalyptic type movies is the plot trope that they always use where oops, someone's pregnant. You know, like that happened in The Walking Dead. That happened in A Quiet Place, which I loved A Quiet Place. But like, think about it. Why?
Yeah.
Would you like
have a baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that would just be the dumbest idea. I mean, just talk about. I mean, I hate to say it, but the baby's gonna weigh you down.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
it's just like.
Well, let's talk about A Quiet Place real quick. Think about the preventative stuff they could have done. Where is the first shot located?
I don't know the movie that well, but I know the shot.
The first shot. Where are they?
It's in like a pharmacy.
They're in a pharmacy.
Condoms.
Or other forms of like like they could
like the pill. I don't know. That seems like how would you know like where to find?
I'm just saying that like
or just don't have sex.
Maybe they were using that for like. Doesn't the whole movie take place over the course of like several years?
Well, yeah, from the.
I think so.
From the first
maybe they used them all up, you know.
Well, then just keep your winky in your pants. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, John.
Well, the thing, but for real though, if you're in the middle of a apocalypse and there's freaking monsters running around that can hear you to the point where you can't even fucking talk, the last thing you should be worried about is getting your jollies off, bro. You're trying to survive. You should be out there farming shit.
Hey, sex is important for a healthy relationship.
Okay, fuck the health of your relationship. You need to be the health of your life at this point. Which then goes back to the point, like, why even live at that point? Like, if that's life,
yeah.
What's the end goal? Because if you can't beat, cause until then they couldn't beat the monsters and the zombies. Like these people can't really beat the zombies; they just avoid the zombies, and it's like, what's the point of living? But I think I'd be pumped. I say I'd be pumped for zombie apocalypse in the sense that I'd be like amped to go like kill zombies, but I don't know that I'd actually be able to do that.
That's the thing is like there's a part of me that like feels like oh yeah I get like amped about like the survival and like oh yeah I'm gonna live for so long and like I got all these plans of like how I would like where I would go, where I would do this or that. But then like in reality, if it actually happened, I didn't even consider the mental implications. I'm freaking depressed. I don't want to be here. This sucks.
Hey, zombie, before you kill me, I just want you to know. You wrecked me mentally. These last 3 weeks have been the most difficult.
It has been
weeks
an
of
emotional roller coaster for me.
I think of it like I think of what I would do if I was in like a school shooter situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember when I was in high school and we would do like lockdown drills.
Yeah.
I remember just in my head thinking about like what would I do if someone was like in the little courtyard or like in one of our study areas with a gun. I just imagine myself like going into like Assassin's Creed mode, and I'd be creeping around. He'd have no idea, and he'd be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
I don't know why I think of like some thug from a video game as being the perp, but he's like, "Yeah, no one can touch me." And then
our movies.
I like come
like
up
Sylvester Stallone is in your school.
Yeah, no one can shoot me. And I just imagine myself like running up behind him, like jumping on his shoulder and like just breaking his neck. I don't know why I think that like that's my go-to. Yeah. So in my head I'm like, zombie apocalypse.
You're ready to go.
Yeah. Ain't no thing.
Yeah.
Give me like a baseball bat or a tennis racket.
Okay, well here's the thing. If they're World War Z zombies, it's like we're all screwed.
Oh yeah. If
they're Walking Dead zombies, it's like how did they even spread throughout the world,
dude?
Like how did this even spread? Like eventually, it's just like shoot them all, you know? I don't know.
Well, it spread because it was in the air. So as soon as people died,
that's
zombies.
right. Yeah,
but
that's right.
Nice sneezing.
Stop it!
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm allergic to you.
Oh
apparently,
gosh.
I'm allergic to your bullshit, Jake. Cause you continue. I don't know
You were
what
like
you
about to start on something, and
I
you
have
were
no
like,
examples of what to make fun of you about, so I'm just like,
This-
go ahead and say something
this
stupid
isn't
so I can make
working.
fun of you for it.
But I guess to answer first, never mind.
What, did your brain just shut down?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
"Do you have a smoothie moment?" Just that.
No, you'll know when I have a smoothie moment. It sounds a little bit like I did it. That's a smoothie moment.
Wow. Wow. Thanks. I didn't know I sounded like that.
That's exactly.
Well, to be fair, I'm learning this about myself. Maddie tells me that I am a bit demonstrative when I'm like mimicking people. I do it a little bit more dramatic and like over the top than they actually did
it's a
it.
caricature. That's what's funny about it.
Well, apparently, I guess, and I confess to it. I do it a little too much. It's a little too far. So if we were to play the two together, it probably wouldn't even sound the same.
This is a rough episode for me, talking about zombie apocalypses, depression, and now I'm being bullied.
No.
No place for hate, kids. By the way, I wanted to point out that your voice for Sylvester Stallone was more like a Rodney Dangerfield kind of thing. So
Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, the guy from Caddyshack.
Adrian.
Listen to Rodney Dangerfield and listen to Sylvester Stallone and tell me who Jake sounds more like, because it's not Sylvester Stallone. You still do kind of, but anyway, I was just trying to say earlier.
Let's give the people what they want, and maybe it's not what they want, but it's what we told them they'd have. Zombie apocalypse. Here's what I would do. Okay, you ready? This is what I would do.
To bring it back around.
Thank you.
Good segue.
Oh my god.
It's early in the morning.
Okay, so I think that it would be it definitely depends on which type of zombie it is. And I'm in my head I'm just gonna assume it's like Walking Dead zombie.
Well, how many real question though, how many types of zombies are there though? Like if we were to give like a generalization, like how many different kinds are there, would you say?
What do you mean?
2.
Well, I don't know.
Walking
There's
and
skeleton
running.
zombies too, right? And they're like.
Oh, I don't care about. It's all about how fast they can move.
So we have the walking ones.
We're talking about witches, hunters,
tanks. But that makes it. If we're talking about a fantasy take on, so there's realistic takes on zombies where it's just people who have quote mad cow type disease and have a taste for human flesh, and then there's Left 4 Dead zombies that have capabilities and shit. That makes a difference. If there's tank zombies and smokers and spitters and things,
then we're all screwed.
Then it's just what do you do? But if it's World War Z where they're these inhuman creatures, okay, or there's 28 Days Later where they're not dead people, but they are. They're not. There's different takes.
Let's find common ground then. I say, for the sake of this hypothetical situation, we stick with Walking Dead zombies.
So a realistic take, so to speak.
I think so, because if you look at Zombieland or World War Z, I know that they survived in Zombieland.
Well, Zombieland, they're not. They're just.
Don't they? Aren't they super fast?
They can run, but they're not inhuman. Because the ones in World War Z are inhumanly fast. They're
Oh, that's true.
The world Zombieland, they're just regular people that know how to run, but they're not faster than the average human. They're just able to run.
Damn, dude, I fucking.
Did they survive in World War Z?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brad Pitt's character.
They totally made it seem like there was going to be a sequel.
Yeah, then they fly to some island or something.
There was an idea. The sequel was in the works at some point. I don't know if it still is, but it was. Man, I'm just full of sneezes. I'm fighting one off so hard right now. God, this is tough. Anyway, yeah, but there was a sequel in the works as far as I understood. But
It's a really good book.
The book is. Have you read the book, Jake?
No.
Oh,
It has nothing to do
good.
with the movie.
Oh,
It's
no,
like,
almost.
it's a bunch of. It's like a
completely
collection of stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
Mark
not
Hamill
like
does the
one-
voice on the audiobook, which is kind of cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
The audiobook, though, if you want to do World War Z, like really do the audiobook because it's like, so each section of the book's like different people, like Brad said, like writing, it's like their diary or like a special moment, a big moment of their portion of the zombie war, and like it goes through the whole war, like how it started, and then so every section is a different person reading it because it's supposed to be like the person telling you. And Mark Hamill's in it a couple times, I think, and there's some other actors in like the voice acting world. It's pretty cool because it puts like a whole like realistic spin on it. Plus, it's how the book was intended, which is a very creepy book. So check it out.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's really
Not a
insane.
sponsor.
Unless audio.com, if you want to be our sponsor. Amazon, we're looking at you. That's the thing a lot of people guys use.
Audio.com?
Audio, or audiobooks.com.
Audible?
Or Audible. Audio. God.
Audible.
Audio.com.
Audio.com. Don't reach out to us.
I'm like, I mean, maybe if you want to give us money.
We don't want that
Is
sponsor.
that even a thing?
Audio.com.
We're
God,
looking up
look that
audio.com.
up.
I just want to say it's early in the morning. I'm very tired.
I'm so tired.
Audio.com. Oh, it's not a secure website.
Okay, don't
It's
go
just
there.
an audio expression engine.
Okay.
Audio.com is a platform that enables users to record, listen, and get socially involved.
Oh my God.
God!
Bless you. You interrupted Jake.
You did! You interrupted.
I'm sorry.
Now audio.com will never sponsor us.
Audio.com, the not
Audio.com.
secure internet website that seems a little scrunchy.
Sketchy. But yes, World War Z is good. Man, I think either allergies are killing me. I don't know what's happening to me right now,
Gotta
but
be
I'm
allergies.
You
I'm
look
dying.
awful.
Thank you. It might be allergy. I feel like because it's very in my sinus area and my eyes are very. Maybe it's allergies. I don't know, or I'm dying, or something. I don't know. Hopefully, I can just make
Dan's
it.
the first of the zombies.
I just want to make it
Yeah.
to 50 episodes of the podcast, something like a milestone.
Jesus.
Wow.
50.
Well, how far did you think we could make it?
I just haven't thought that far.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm already thinking to like 100. Like, what are we gonna do
Oh
for
my
100
gosh.
episode? You gotta think about these things, guys. Like, we could easily get to 100 episodes, easy. Oh yeah.
All right, well,
I feel like I'm like in a relationship. And,
That's
like,
exactly
they just brought up marriage and kids, and I'm
there's
like,
there's like the third date. The third date.
Uh,
So what would you name kids? Where do you want to get married?
No, what would you name our kids?
Where would
Not
you-
just what would you name kids.
Yeah.
That's what would you name our kids? I'm sorry.
Wow, you guys don't believe? Come on.
It's not that I don't believe. It's just that 100 episodes is almost 2 years.
You guys don't think we're gonna do this in 2
wow.
years?
I'm just saying,
I mean, I would hope so. But
I would hope so as well.
Well,
but
then
I'm-
what's your shock? You guys should be like, think positively. God dang it! Why am I the positive one right now?
I don't know, but
I'm
honestly, it
uncomfortable.
sickens me.
He's weird.
Positive Dan
Yeah, you're
makes
right.
me want to
Fuck
vomit.
this, guys.
Yeah, I hate
We're
this.
never gonna get to 100 episodes. You know,
We're calling it right now.
if we get to 25, that's gonna be fucking amazing.
Thanks so much for listening. This
What is
has
this episode
been
like?
Quick Side.
What episode is this? 7? God, it's
seven.
amazing we
7.
made it this far.
Yeah. Well, now we can't let this be any other episode but 7.
Yeah.
Can't change the order now.
Or maybe this is episode
This
8.
is episode 7.
Or
Now
it could
if
be
we
9.
say it enough.
Oh, stop.
Maybe it's 15.
Okay, zombies.
Now I've covered the. Now we're good. Now, no matter
Zombies.
what episode we make, it just be one of those.
I am officially leading this train. Dan, you're too sick to lead this.
Choo choo. hey, this
Dan.
is quick sidebar. It's the freaking point.
Two
guys.
weapons. 2 weapons that aren't considered weapons. We're talking like no guns, no knives. What are you using to defend yourself? You get 2 weapons.
That aren't considered weapons?
Right, like I'm saying like
Like a
household
chair?
Like a golf club?
Yeah, like
Okay,
a golf club
okay,
or
okay.
something that like yeah, you don't have let's just say you don't have access to weapons. What do you use and why?
Crowbar.
Okay, why? How?
Huh?
How? When?
How?
Yeah, it's gotta be really
what's
hard.
I mean, are you gonna like dual wield that with
It's
both
got-
hands? Is that a one arm thing? Like, what are you
Oh,
thinking?
Oh, you got to dual wield that thing. Yeah. Because it's nice because you got, first of all, versatile. You
Okay.
can use it for a lot of different stuff. You can break into houses. You can break into lock boxes or whatever the crap. I don't know.
What?
You know, in video games,
got
everything's
houses
hidden
to
in a
lock
lockbox,
boxes?
you know? Like a big old chest that has a
That's
lock
it?
on it.
A lockbox.
We haven't eaten in 3 days. There's no food in sight. Hey guys, I found a lockbox.
You think it has money in it?
I got too much of a video game mindset.
Our problems are solved. It's just
Grab the
fucking.
crowbar.
But it's also very blunt, so you can like.
Yeah, heavy crowbars are though. But you got to think of realistically.
That's why
Could
you
you pick up a
dual-wield it.
crowbar and consistently whack the shit out of
Yeah.
people?
You're getting jacked.
At maybe over time, but at first, like the zombie apocalypse, when we left this
I feel
room,
like there are variations in like weights of crowbars.
I don't know. To be a decent crowbar, it has to have some fucking oomph to that.
I just
motherfucker.
imagine like crowbar training where the head crowbar is like, you're not a fucking decent crowbar. You're not decent. You only weigh 5 pounds. I don't know.
Oh my god.
But then, if you want to go like not blunt, there's also the other end, and you could like really like impale
That's
zombie
true.
heads.
That's true.
I think
Yeah.
you're
So-
overestimating your guys' strength.
Well, okay, but think
Wow.
about this. Your adrenaline is
I think you're
fucking pumping.
underestimating
For
my
how
strength.
long?
Well, okay, well,
The
obviously...
entire zombie apocalypse, Dan.
I just think it's because
For however long it lasts.
I think the reason
Dan's growing an inch of beard hair a day just from all like the testosterone and adrenaline.
I think because in video games, they wield the crowbar with one arm and you're just freely. Seriously, that would be you could get 1 or 2 good hits in, and then
That's
you would be
why-
so fucking tired.
That's why I said dual wield.
2 crowbars?
No, like
two
Oh, I was
hands.
gonna say okay, but
Not
even
dual-
that
dual
though.
wield.
Yeah, I get that was my
Incorrect,
fault. That was
yeah.
my fault.
Planted the idea in my head.
But even that.
Sabotage.
But I guess if you can't use a quote weapon, then yeah, I guess that would be a decent.
Yeah.
So
Golf
okay,
club is too long.
Well, golf club would break.
Like it's like too much because first, yeah, it would break.
well,
no,
you
hell
could
no.
get
Second
a
of all-
decent you get the torque on that would be crazy.
No, if you
The
get
control, it
a
would
stiff zero iron, that shit's lasting forever.
I don't
Those
know.
things are hard as hell.
Like I feel like
There's no bend in those.
you need something
get
like a
those-
little bit shorter so that you have more like control over it. You know, like
Yeah,
if
you wanna-
something's really close to you, it's gonna be hard to hit it with a golf club.
Here's a question: Are they
Crush.
zombies that are dead people rotting, or are we thinking of zombies that are just like infected people who are still alive, but they're just being controlled by this disease?
Because that's kind of how more what it is in World War Z.
Yeah, because they're
Yeah,
not
where
walking.
people
They're
are
not
just-
dead people that can
yeah.
move. They're just infected people that will eventually die because they're not meeting their
Yeah.
needs of water and rest, and they're gonna fall apart eventually. But speaking of that, there was like a show on it was like History Channel or Discovery Channel back at the height of the zombie craze, like 10 years ago ish, and they did like a realistic analysis of what zombies would be like if they were real, and they said it'd be like a mixture of like a mad cow meets like. There are diseases where people want to eat other people and stuff, so it's rare, but it's like a combination of these diseases that could make something like a zombie, and they said if that were to really happen, you'd only have to hide out for like a month, about
And then
30
they'd all
days,
die.
because they would die because they wouldn't be drinking, they wouldn't really be eating, and
Yeah.
if they were, they'd be overeating, and they wouldn't be eating the right nutrients. About 28 days or so is what they said would be.
Oh wow, interesting.
That's
28
some,
days.
So yeah, it's like just like 4 weeks.
Wow.
So as long as you hit out, I don't know what I was
Does
making fun
everyone
of you.
get it? I'm really actually like not sure.
The movie?
Everyone get yeah. Okay.
28 days. I even talked about it earlier in the
Oh.
episode. Yeah, I see. It's the British zombie movie, which has amazing shots, by the way, of an empty London. Crazy how they did that. You guys have seen that movie, right?
Yeah.
You never seen? Oh, you would like it. Yeah, no, they had to record early in the morning these little sections of London because they had to block them off and put all these papers because it's abandoned.
Right.
So the guy could walk through and there'd be no humans except for him. It's amazing stuff that they did it, but yeah, it's a great movie. And it's really creepy too. But yeah, you don't have to hide out for a month, and then most of them would be dead, and then the few that were still alive, there'd be so few of them, it'd be a lot easier to navigate your way.
Right.
But to go off, I think for the purpose of this, they get progressively squishier, basically.
Okay. What's your weapon?
I think a baseball bat, honestly, just like a nice Louisville Slugger.
Not like a cricket bat.
I mean, a cricket bat might be cool too, but I've never used a cricket bat, so I'm not sure that the weight might be weird, but I kind of have an idea of what a baseball bat feels like. A cricket bat's it's flat and longer. I don't know what the weight would be
I
like.
just have this picture in my head of zombies coming at us from all sides, and it's just us three getting ready to go ham. And so, like, you're going crazy with your crowbar, and I've got my golf club, and, like, Dan's swinging with his cricket bat, and you just see him go, "Hey, guys, this isn't as comfortable as I thought. I'm struggling."
You just fucking
This doesn't feel right in my hands.
Am I holding this right?
Is this balanced? Is this official? Does this meet all the league requirements for cricket? Is this right? Okay? Is this regulation size? Yeah. I don't know. Just something that I I say baseball bat because I could like wrap the hand up to kind of give myself a cushion. Because you whack something like a skull, that's gonna get some. Gonna have some vibration back.
Gotta hit the center of the bat.
Really got to hit
really.
the sweet spot. Yeah,
Sweet spot there.
You can't feel anything when you hit the sweet spot. I would use.
I was about to make it. I was just gonna know.
This is the second time. We're just gonna roll over that one.
Well, by saying we're gonna roll over it, you didn't.
I didn't. We're not gonna go back to when Jake talked about the sweet spot. You're gonna forget that. You're just gonna jump over that.
You know what? All of the baseball fans out there listening, I know that you didn't think that was dirty because you know what I'm talking about.
No, that's what makes it funnier, Jake, is you say things that could easily be taken as way dirty, but you don't mean it that way, which is why it's funny.
Well, I mean, the only difference is that I'm in front and you're behind.
Jake messed up. Jake just got caught in the moment. Anyway,
sorry.
Speaking of baseball bats, have you ever heard of a fungo? A fungo?
What?
No, I want to say no.
I don't actually know why it's called a fungo. Truth be told, but it's a bat that coaches use to hit pop flies and like grounders because it's long, it's light, but it has a lot of pop to it. So that's what I would use. I'd get a metal fungo, and because I could swing the shit out of that, and it would hurt like a mofo, but I could do it for days. Like it would take no expense, no energy exerted.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I always thought would be a good place to go for zombie apocalypse would be like a
Costco. Sorry.
Well,
That's
Costco.
a brilliant place.
But
to go.
no,
My
hear me
gosh.
out on this one. What if you went to like a Bass Pro or like an outdoor world or like a Cabela's or a Shields type place? Because they got food that's made to be there forever. They got guns, they got weapons, they got clothes. Like a Shields, like you can post up in Shields for a couple of years.
I would live on the Ferris wheel.
All the
At Shields, yeah.
Well, then it'd
Just
be
like a zombie land.
But then what if like
you're just riding the Ferris wheel and like
zombies are like trying to get you and you're just
Dude,
like riding the fucking Ferris
that would be
wheel.
so fun. God, it'd be like that would be fun.
I might have to crank up the speed a little. Otherwise, it's just like you're at the bottom for a long time.
It's like it stops.
That would be fun. But yeah, I think a place where like I would be bummed in terms of my. Actually, no, I was gonna say I'd be bummed in terms of my diet. No, I wouldn't. Because at that point, I'd be thinking, I don't need to fucking eat healthy. I'm going to die. I don't give a shit. I'd eat a lot of crap.
Maybe try to, like, expedite your death almost. I'm just going to eat a bunch of crap that tastes good now, get a lot of cholesterol, and then die sooner. See? Best of both worlds. You get to eat what tastes good, and you get out of the zombie apocalypse that much faster.
Jake, what is that salt you're putting on your burger? No, it's mushed up Vicodin. I'm really enjoying this, baby.
Woo! I was going to ask something. Okay, what country do you think would be like, if you could pick a country to handle the zombie apocalypse in, where would you pick? Or does it matter even?
I know one I wouldn't pick, India.
Oh.
Why India?
Because there are 1.5 billion people there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's packed as hell. Dude,
right next to China, whereas
another like 2 billion
those two
beings.
countries have like a third of the world's population.
They really do. No,
So that would be a fucking nightmare.
Well, I mean, I feel like I kind of just want to be in America because I know it the best, you know?
Well, no,
it's like I'm most familiar with
I want to spend the rest of my life in Italy, and I get there and I'm like,
would...
I don't know how to fucking survive.
Where's the closest gun store? I don't.
Does anyone here speak American?
No, but I was thinking more in terms of like if you were like in Ireland or like an island nation, it'd be easier to fortify yourself, like or Hawaii.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because if you could clear all the zombies on Hawaii, granted, I'm sure Hawaii still has 1 million plus over all the islands, but it's just like that's it.
It's like Dead Island, the video game.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
Have you guys ever played that game?
I don't like that game.
I bought it for $5 on the live marketplace recently because it was
I bought it again too.
And I tried to play it online. Their online servers fucking suck, and I couldn't play.
Well, it's because no one plays it anymore. Do you play it for Xbox? Did you buy it for Xbox?
Yeah.
If you ever want to try it, we can play it sometime. I bought it the $5 one too.
Hey,
but Dying Light to. Because it's made by the same people.
Yeah, you can tell too.
I much prefer Dying Light to Dead Island.
Well, here's
it feels too simplistic.
Dead Island, it's very similar. Dead Island, I remember when that game came out, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, probably more than that now. I was so excited for it because the commercial was killer. Did you guys ever see the commercial? It's like in backward slow-mo, and it shows like this family on vacation. It's like greatest commercial for a video game. And the first third of the game I really enjoyed because you were on the island, you were exploring a resort that had been taken over by zombies, and I thought it was fun. You know, and there's different types of zombies, and you got to do all these missions that weren't too hard, but just challenging enough, and it was really exciting. And then we got to this part, me and my friend Sean from a long time ago, we played it. And we got to the part where you fight people. You get to like the residential part of the island, and it's just humans. It's like, I don't want to shoot just people. I want to fight zombies.
Hey, that's a great segue into another thing I was going to ask.
What do we do about the people?
Do you think that it's going to be like World War Z, where people are coming together and like trying to support each other, or do you think it's going to be like The Walking Dead, where all of a sudden everyone is against each other?
I think it would be a mixture, yeah.
Yeah, yes and no.
Because I don't think it would be quite like The Walking Dead, but I also don't think it'd be quite like World War Z.
I think, yeah, I agree with you, Brett. I think parts of the world would be just like Walking Dead. People would turn into gangs and do awful, horrible things. But I other think, like not bigger parts of the world, but other parts of the world would maybe work together a little more cohesively and attempt, or maybe it'd be like at first everyone would try to work together, because there was still a government.
Disintegrate.
I think as long as there's like a government working, then people are still going to have that fear of like, oh, I got to be part of the greater good. But once there's no like officials instructing people, then I think it would.
It's like the Purge, you know, like for a lot. I think there are probably a lot of people out there who like once the law goes away, it's like, and they like come to the realization that like I can do whatever I want and like no consequences.
As scary as it is, I think it's the fear of getting caught that keeps a lot of people like not doing awful things, which is really sad and scary to think about.
Yeah.
Well, the optimistic part of me would hope that like the nature of mankind, which is to work together and to like survive, you know, our primal instinct to keep us alive. I would hope that would overcome.
And I think a big part of whether or not we would work together or whether or not we would split into gangs or that kind of thing would be dependent upon just how much of civilization has collapsed.
Yeah.
Because like if it is like The Walking Dead, where it's like there's hardly any people around, it's pretty like deserted for the most part other than zombies, and then every now and again you're like, oh look, a human, then I feel like it would be more likely to kind of split up into gangs and to be more like, I don't trust anybody, I'm gonna like live for myself. But if it was more like, because like in World War Z, it's like right at the beginning of it, and so there is still a lot of like government involved, there's still a lot of people who aren't infected. And that's why everyone's working together, I feel like, because it's like, no, it hasn't really hit the world that, like, you know, there's
zombies everywhere.
And we're all alone. We're all on our own. It's like, we're still a functioning planet at the moment. Yeah. And maybe we might get to the point where everything's falling apart, and then we're all going to split off and do our own thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, realistically, so that you can only be as realistic as you can be when talking about zombies, but I think come on. I mean, if zombies started right now, you can't tell me that the government, hasn't honestly at least thought about, like, well, what would happen if people started turning into, like, these uncontrollable monsters? Because, like, bath salts some drugs do make people turn into, like, these mega strong, flesh-eating creatures. So it technically, zombies, quote-unquote, are, like, a thing, kind of. And so I could potentially see some kind of disease turning people into these like adrenaline-filled beasts, because like people who are on drugs have like thrown cops off of them and been shot multiple times and like don't stop and like live. So I think that they've considered the idea of if there were a mass group of unruly humans that were like ultra strong, even temporarily, how to deal with that. And, I mean, the weapons that the military has, there's no way zombies could honestly take over the world. And I think that, like, Cloverfield, which is a movie that I enjoy, but the world seems to hate, where they blow up New York to kill that monster, I don't put it past the world's governments to do that to a city. Like, let's say New York, for example, or even Fort Collins, where we are.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. Yeah, for Cloverfield?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
So that movie came out in, like, 2006 or something.
I think it was 2008.
Probably 2008. I'm always seems to be off now. But I say Fort Collins were to get overrun with zombies.
Yeah.
I could see them blowing up like all of Fort Collins or whatever, just to, what was it?
2008.
God, I used to be so good at movie dates.
Why'd you snap at me like you got it right?
Because I'm saying you got it right.
Oh,
yeah, good for you.
Thank you. Okay, cool.
I'm congratulating you, man.
Didn't say that.
Congratulations.
It's an interesting segue into the question: do we think that the zombie apocalypse could happen?
No.
Not like it is in pop culture, no. I think like how what I just described, I could see a disease that would make people into like these insane creatures that like you lose your humanity and you're just like running around and trying to attack people, but not on a scale of a zombie movie or like.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the closest thing human history has ever seen to a zombie apocalypse was the the bubonic plague. Black Death.
Yeah, okay.
'Cause, I mean,
in that
that's-
aspect, yeah.
That's like, these people where they don't have they don't have any sort of immunization to cure the disease, so it's like if you get it, you're fucked. And so then it becomes like let's quarantine all the sick people and stay away from them. And I could see, I could see that happening again. I could see, the way that viruses are fighting and like mutating to grow stronger against antibiotics and different forms of immunizations.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there could be such thing as a super virus or something. And I think I would fucking hope it doesn't, lead to the type of devastation that the Black Death did, but. Like, that's the closest I think we'd ever get to a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
I don't think it's at all practical.
No. And it's funny that you say that because that's essentially what zombies represent is just like a disease, like the Black Plague or whatever, that just is unstoppable and once you're infected, once you're bit, so to speak, it's all over. Okay, final thing here is favorite zombie movie and why. And just quick, we don't got to argue or debate it. And then favorite zombie video game and why.
Okay.
And then, so let's start with you, Jake.
Okay.
And just tell us why or what it is, and then we'll just go around and that'll be it.
I don't think I've actually seen that. Like, I can't think of that many zombie movies that I've seen. So easily World War Z. That was like, when it came out, I was like, this movie is fucking incredible. Like, I thought it was super intense and suspenseful, and like, I just thought it was really good. I haven't seen it in a while, so maybe
I think it's a good movie. Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite zombies video game by far is Call of Duty Zombies. Okay. Easily. Nazi Zombies. And if you're asking for a specific game, my favorite map is Kino. Kino der... not Kino. Yeah, Kino. Okay. That's the original one from Black Ops 1.
Oh, okay.
But all of the zombie maps on Black Ops 3, I've done the Easter egg with my boys, but only one of them listens to the podcast. So, Anthony, love you, baby. The rest of you... Please listen.
Unsubscribe, you dicks.
So yeah.
Okay.
World War Z, Call of Duty Zombies.
Okay. Brad, are you ready, or do you want me to go?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I liked World War Z as well. Although I think in terms of like, because that's the thing is like there's zombie movies can be like really different. Like Zombieland, I also really like.
Yeah, it's a good
one. And
I think
it's just completely like you can't even really compare it
to
World War Z.
Zombieland's a lighthearted
because it's so
zombies.
much different. But I really like Zombieland. Making a sequel.
Oh yeah, they are.
Really
with the original cast, which is amazing.
I know. So those are probably my two. It's kind of hard to pick between them just because they're so different.
No, that's fair because and they're like different types. There's a serious and a goofy take.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So that's fair.
Favorite video game, I think actually is probably Dying Light.
Dying Light, okay.
Yeah. Because I think it was like such a good idea to mix parkour with zombies and also like the whole like nighttime. There's like different kinds of zombies that are more dangerous come out, and like I just think the whole like concept behind that game was like really brilliant.
Yeah.
And you can tell that they're like really capitalizing on those ideas and like going even further, making it bigger in the second one because they announced that pretty recently.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it looks really awesome as well. So I think that's probably my favorite. Although in terms of like classics. And I would say Left 4 Dead, of course, because that's just like such a great.
I played Left 4 Dead till I died.
Yeah.
Have you played Dying Light at all? Are you familiar with the game?
No.
So it's like this place where during the day the zombies
not a sponsor
are very docile, and you got to run around and get supplies, and you parkour, and then at night, like they turn into like these scary zombies come out like these crazy monsters. So there's this anxiety of the day, like, and you can see the day schedule. So you gotta like get your shit and get hidden. Okay, my favorite zombie movie. Is The Crazies. You guys ever seen The Crazies with Timothy Olyphant?
I never did. Is that a zombie movie?
That's a solid zombie movie because it's a realistic take, like a super realistic take on zombies.
What is it? Is it a zombie movie?
It's called The Crazies, yeah.
Because I remember when it came out.
They're not, okay, so I guess technically it's not a zombie movie.
I never saw it.
There's a small town in like Texas or like Middle America, like this deserty town, and this plane crashes. It dumps this like toxic waste in the town's water supply, and so people start to go insane, and they don't eat each other, but they turn into like these murderous people who just murder each other, and they're like it's really so they're not zombies technically, no, but it is a zombie movie where like they start to turn, and it's really scary, very unsettling and creepy, and it didn't get much hype or anything, but check it out. The Crazies, great movie. Timothy Olyphant is really creepy. So I guess that's not really a zombie movie. So my favorite zombie movie, I guess, would be World War Z, probably, and then, of course, Zombieland. But again, it's hard to compare the two.
Warm Bodies is another, like,
Warm Bodies is pretty solid.
Yeah.
And there's Shaun of the Dead, which is also pretty good, too.
Yeah, I have a soft spot for all those Simon Pegg,
Simon
Nick
Pegg
Frost
is always,
movies.
yeah.
I love those.
And then my favorite zombie video game is just straight up Left 4 Dead. Like, I would play Left 4 Dead. I played through that game, both games, so many times. It's like I'm bored. I'm like, hey, let's play Left 4 Dead. Like, I still play it now with my brother and stuff. So, but yeah. Well, boys, that does it for our zombie episode. I feel like we got pretty in depth in our apocalyptic preparedness and our zombie take. So, like us on, I guess now follow us on Instagram.
You don't want to thank them for listening. You don't want to.
Oh, that was gonna be the last thing.
I love that it was just. Like us. Like us, please. Please.
Leave a review. Thanks for listening, guys. We really do appreciate it. If you could share with your friends and loved ones, give us some comments on our platforms. Tell us what you want to hear, our lovely fans.
Instagram, Twitter, leave a comment on iTunes or SoundCloud.
And then even email us at, what's the email? quicksidebar@gmail.com.
quicksidebar@gmail.com.
Couldn't be easier than that.
And tell us your thoughts on the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah,
what would you
share
do?
your
What is your
thoughts.
favorite weapon or video
Which
game,
favorite weapon,
movie,
favorite
whatever
game?
the crap.
What do you like, funny zombies or serious zombies?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really the domino effect. Once one of you leaves a comment, that'll open the door for everyone. So
everyone's comments.
You know who I'm talking to. You know who you are. Do it.
We're talking specifically to you.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you.
Please, you. We really want to hear from you.
Yeah, you specifically.
Only you, though. Not everyone out there.
Yeah, everyone else, we don't
They're
care.
dumb.
But
Fuck
you?
You.
Wow, yeah. Okay.
On Twitter.
Hey, though, guys.
Or Instagram.
Or Instagram.
But a zombie movie I forgot, though, was a Train to Busan. You guys ever seen that?
No.
Never heard
It's a
of that.
Korean zombie film. It's on Netflix.
Oh.
Very good. Well made. It's in Korean, so if you don't want to read subtitles, maybe not for you. But no, very good. Very good movie.
Now I want to go like play a zombie video game.
I know. I'm
Watch a
jonesing
zombie
to play a
movies.
zombie
now,
game. I
Now
wanna
I'm in
shoot
the
some
zombie
zombies.
mood.
I'm jonesing to play it. Who are you?
I play video games.
No.
Jacob.
Sorry, I may not have put enough emphasis on the part I was confused about. You're
yeah.
jonesing?
Well, you never had like you want to play a video game?
I'm Walt Jonesing for.
You never heard
for a
jonesing
zombie
for
game.
something? Am I just insane? What is happening? You keep questioning these phrases that to me are so normal.
Well, okay, segue was my fault because I was going to say, no, you got to say sidebar. That was my fault. But jonesing, that sounds like straight... I mean, maybe I'm just stupid.
It's like I'm jonesing for something.
That
Yeah,
just sounds...
that's a phrase,
Is that
right?
like a contemporary
See,
phrase?
see, Jake, this is why you're not in the OMG.
Yeah, this is,
For those that don't know, the OMG is the old man group.
yeah.
Gang.
Yeah.
Group?
Oh, group.
Yeah, of course you're not a gang. Of course you're group.
Oh, we're man.
Okay,
group.
so how... Where does that...
I
just
don't
sounds
know.
like it's straight
I
from
think
the
it has to
50s.
do with. I think it has to do with drugs.
Hey, I'm jonesing for an orange juice.
That's a thing. Like people say they're jonesing for something, like they're craving something. To put it in young person term, they're craving something. I don't know. I stop questioning things that to me are so normal. God.
Wow. All right. Well, I learn something new every day. Jonesing.